Hey YouTube, T. Holtz here. Going to do a quick around the world update of my tanks here tonight. Right now we're looking at my 20 gallon. It's going a little closer. And you see one of my Epistogramma cockatoides that's in this tank. Harlequin rasboras and Priscilla tetras. Starting to get a little bit of algae. I added, put new light bulbs in this tank a couple weeks back, and it's putting some algae on that Anubias there, and also on this dwarf sage. You can see some algae on this dwarf sage. I never had a problem in this tank before with algae, but it started once I added the new bulbs. There's two more pistos. There are 3 in this tank. They are nice fish. I have my Cory cats still doing well, including one that was born here in this tank last summer. There are some neons buried back here in this dwarf sage. I'm not sure how many. I had like 25 or 30 at one point, but I don't know how many are in here now. Might be 10 or 15, but they hide themselves very well. There you see some of them. They stay in this dwarf sage here. You get a look at some of them. Go back to the long view. A lot of plant growth. Tank is a jungle like all my tanks are. Plants grow like crazy, and once every couple weeks I pull them out. Or I cut them, I mean. I don't pull them out, I trim them. You can see this rotala here. Has some nice color on the end. This water sprite is the main culprit of what takes over this tank. Some more rotala in this corner. Riccia moss, which I always pull out a lot of that every few weeks. Get a look from the top. Got a little frog bit, duckweed. This tank gets water changes once every week without fail. I take about 50% out of this tank once every week, as I do all my tanks. I get this big growth. And right below it is another tank that is just explodes with growth. This is my 10-gallon shrimp tank. We'll look at the top first. A couple weeks ago I made a video of pulling out all this frog bit, and of course it just grows right back, and I'm not sure how, but I have, you see these red plants here, and I'm sure where they came from. I haven't added any plants in here in quite a while, and there's 2 red root floaters. They were really tiny, and they have grown into larger size and actually split. There was only 1, and now there's 2 red root floaters right there. I have no idea how they even got in this tank. We'll look over here. Right now we have some of the cherry shrimp. They're feeding on a zucchini slice that I put in here. I put zucchini in here every couple days. I leave it in for about 24 hours. and they do a number on it. It's about ready to come out. And it's been in here for, well, since last night. It's been a full day pretty much right now, so this will be coming out in a little while. And this tank here got this dwarf lily plant, another one here which puts a lot of leaves, big leaves off at the top, and I keep on cutting them so it doesn't make every leaf go to the surface. The light gets blocked by the frog bit, so really there's not a whole lot of growth other than the Riccia moss and all of this Java moss. But I let it grow big because the shrimp seem to like it. I don't have any fish in here. It's only red cherry shrimp, and they seem to like the jungle look. Eventually I'll have to pull some of these plants out, because I did have this crypt here right in the front, was like triple the size than it is now, but it died back because it's not getting much light. There's another one behind it that you really can't see that was much larger than it is, but the frog bit blocks out all the light. So eventually I'll have to get rid of that frog bit. I'm hoping the red root floaters grow to a real nice amount, and then I can pull the frog bit out and go with the red root floaters, which will allow more light to come in. Another look at the shrimp here as they take care of that cucumber slice, zucchini slice. Water change on this tank, not quite once a week, but I try to do this one once a week, but there is not really that big of a bio load, so it doesn't quite have to get once a week, but I normally do it once a week. The shrimp aren't making all that much of a mess like fish would. And we'll go over here. I gotta push some furniture out of the way so I can shoot this tank here. We'll take a quick look at the discus. They don't like when the camera gets in their face. I do plan on getting more eventually. There's a couple of them. I just want to make sure that I've got the confidence and I can take care of them. I have had some problems over the past year keeping these fish. I only have 3 left, but these 3 are doing well. There's the third one. He's curious about the camera. But they're doing well. There's been a struggle taking care of them. Struggle keeping the water right. They're very particular on how they like their water. And when their water's not right, they let you know about it by not eating right away. But they've been doing well for the past 3 months or so. And eventually I'm going to be getting 2, maybe 3 more. See these 2 going at it. They peck at each other, but they don't really do any damage. I never see any ripped fins or any injuries from this behavior. They do constantly peck at each other, but it seems to be just harmless. As you can see there, chasing each other around this wood that I have. Eventually I'm going to put sand in this tank, a real light coating of sand, make it look a little bit better. I'm just concentrating now on trying to keep the water clean for these fish. I have a small school of rummy nose in here, and there's a 1 cardinal. I had 12, but I only have 1 cardinal left out of the 12. They're doing all right. And we'll go over here. It's my 20-gallon long. This one also has two apistos in it. One of them grew to a nice size. This one here is probably one of the best ones that I have. And then there's another one that just stayed stunted, that never really grew. I have 6 Cory cats in this tank, and then just an assortment, a couple tetras, a gold barb, a cherry barb. Here's this small one. That one, much smaller, probably a third of the size of the other apistos that I have. It just never grew from when I got it back in November. You can see this one chases it, but he doesn't really do any harm. I don't know what's happening with this narrow-leaf Java fern. As you can see, it's all brown. It all looked like this about 2 weeks ago, and now, as you can see, it's turning brown on me. I'm not sure what's up with that. I got a crypt there in the back, a cryptocorin wenti, some, if we can see it, some rotala that I recently trimmed. It's making its way back up. There's a big piece of driftwood here behind this Anubias. That's Anubias nana and Anubias nana petite there in the center. And then I have on the driftwood Java moss. My Cory cats like to hang out there on the bottom under the wood there where it's dark. There's a couple of auto catfish in here too, which I very rarely see. There's a island right there in the middle. That's all reishi moss, and a duckweed gets stuck in it. Every now and then I trim that reishi because it does take over the tank. Another tank that gets a 50% water change every week, doing well, except for this clump here of narrow-leaf Java fern that has started to turn brown on me. I put some Blixa japonica in. I took out of one of my other tanks. It's not spreading, but I really don't want it to, but it is staying green. I don't really want it to spread. There's not a lot of light in this tank either. It'll spread pretty quickly if it's in a high light situation, but I don't really want it to spread. I'm happy with it staying right there. And let's see, this video's getting long. We got one more tank to show. We're gonna get this in quick. It takes forever for me to upload these videos to YouTube. And we got my TV tank. This one here I trimmed last week. The kabamba on either side, it was curled over at the top, so I trimmed it from the bottom, pulled them out and trimmed it from the bottom. So that I could have this nice, and there's one that is at the top. I guess I didn't trim that one, but all these other ones I trimmed at the bottom and put them back in. So that I would have these nice, this nice growth here at the top. There's some rotala there in the back. There's AR Mini, I'm kind of letting it get tall. A big bush of AR Mini there. Another one there. And then another one next to that. I'm kind of letting it grow. I could cut it and replant it and spread it out, but there's really no place to spread it. Every inch of this tank is full of plants, so there's really no place for me to spread the AR Mini out to. So I'm just letting it grow tall and see what happens with it. There you see a couple Bolivian rams right above my Blixa japonica. The Bolivian rams are doing well. Crinum calamistratum has grown quite a bit, spread itself out throughout the whole tank here. I have school there, 4 Harlequin Rasboras, 4 Threadfin Rainbows, a couple of Red-Eye Tetras. What else is in here? Couple of Penguin Tetras. There's a few Cories in here. And there's about 9 White Cloud Mountain Minnows. There's one of them right there. This tank has been doing well. Anubias over in the corner. I like these Bolivian rams. They're easier to take care of than German blue rams. At least they're supposed to be. And these two are doing well. I did have some German blue rams in this tank, but they didn't make it. But these two seem to be doing quite well so far. That's my TV tank and my around the world tour for tonight. Thanks for watching.